Today we're going to learn how to do compounds containing polyatomic ions. Now this is a polyatomic ion. It's polyatomic because it has more than one kind of element in it. This is the sulfate ion, and its formula is SO4, and it has a 2- charge. Now we're going to make a compound that contains this sulfate ion. We're going to make barium sulfate. So here is our barium ion. Now just like you did with the monoatomic ions in the last lesson, when you put together these compounds, those charges or oxidation numbers have to add up to 0. Now in this case, barium with its +2 charge and sulfate with its -2 charge, these already add up to 0 in a 1-to-1 ratio, so your formula for barium sulfate is just going to be BaSO4. Now we're going to try one that is just a little bit trickier. Again, we're going to work with the sulfate ion, but instead of combining that with barium, we're going to combine that with aluminum. So now we have an aluminum ion with a +3 charge and our sulfate with a -2, and in a 1-to-1 ratio this is definitely not going to add up to 0. So to make this add up to 0, we're going to adjust these ratios a little bit. If I add a second aluminum ion here, we now have a total of a +6 with our -2. So we're going to have to add some more -2s here. So now we have 2 aluminums giving us a total of a +6, and we have 3 sulfates, which would give us a -6. So this does add up to 0 now. So we can write the formula. And it's going to be Al2 because of our 2 aluminums, and we're going to do 3 sulfates. Now you might be tempted to do this, SO4, and then say that there are 3 of those, but the problem is now it looks like we're saying that there is 1 sulfur and 43 oxygens. Well, we definitely don't have 43 oxygens here, do we? The way to prevent that error from happening is whenever you have more than one polyatomic ion, you always want to put that polyatomic ion in parentheses. So it's 2 aluminums, and we have 3 of our sulfate ions.